Good afternoon, almost evening. I've got a question for you. What are you counting? What are you counting? In this day and age, a lot of folks are counting death rates, counting slights, counting insults, counting truths versus lies. Counting numbers and playing with numbers. My question for you is, what are you counting? We're told in the Bible to dwell on the good things. Norman Vincent Peale talks about the power of positive thinking. What are you counting? Are you counting the number of times someone looked at you in a way you didn't like, the number of times they may have skipped you in line, the number of times when they may have punked you? Jesus says that we ought to forgive our brethren 70 times 7 times. That's a big number. A number that under normal circumstances, folks wouldn't be able to count. But here's the thing. God wants us to count our blessings. We even sing a song, count your blessings, name them one by one. Might surprise you what the Lord has done. He has performed many miracles. He has done a lot of things. But we're too busy counting all the negative stuff. You really ought to start dwelling on the positive things. Every single day we wake up in the morning. And in this country, 80% of us have so much. 80% of us. And this whole country, even those folks who have virtually nothing, have more than over 75% of the rest of the world. We know that there are some people who live in America who have nothing and have no problem with having nothing. Doesn't bother them one bit. They're just living the good old life. They may have to walk a mile to get some water. They may have to milk a cow if they have one, or go trade something to a friend. And yet, here we are, oh miserable. And you wonder, what are we miserable for? Why are we so miserable? I can tell you why we're so miserable. Because we're always looking at the negative. Negative, negative, negative. This is bad, that is bad. Never mind if you put stuff in the scales and you start counting them out. You'll see that there's a lot more positive in your actual life than there is negative. I'm not talking about what this person says and what that person says. I'm not talking about what happens with this person or that person. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about me. I'm sure by now most of you know that I lost my wife a little over a month ago. But I think that no matter what's going on, that there's always something positive. We talk about the silver lining. If you look hard enough, even in the worst situations, you can find something positive. But if you look at this country, in the worst situations, you will definitely find something positive. There's always someone who refuses to go down that road, always someone who refuses to bend to the masses, those who go crazy. Yes, there are far too many sheeple, far too many. So I have a question for you. What are you counting? Are you counting each and every day as a blessing? Are you counting each and every birthday as another year that God has blessed you? Are you counting each and every step? I did over 10,000 today. There are some people who can't walk. Some people who are laid up. And we're griping, we're complaining. We're saying, oh, woe is me, woe is me, in spite of all that we have. There are some people who are living in boxes, even in this country. And even in boxes, they still have more than some of the people in this world. So what are we doing? Why are we focused on the negative all the time? It's not like it makes us feel good. It's not like it makes us feel any better to do so. They have a saying, misery loves company. No, it doesn't. Misery wants you to be more miserable than me. So once again, I ask you, what are you counting? Are you counting all the good days? Are you counting the birthdays? Are you counting the children, the family members, the days on the job, the rooms in your house even? What are we counting? Why are we focused on things that don't matter? Count your blessings. Each and every day is a blessing. Count them. Do what you can to make that day better. Stop complaining. Stop griping. Stop grousing, or whatever word you want to use. Look at the good things. We used to say stop and smell the roses. Yeah, some people don't like roses, so what? God says that he clothes them in glory. The birds of the air, that he watches after them. And he says we are better than they. Count your blessings. Don't go negative. Go positive. This is something that I've been thinking about, especially these past couple of weeks with all the stupidity going on. But we know the world is going to be the world, right? They're going to do all these things. Our job is to convince them there's a better way. So we as God's people need to count our blessings. We need to focus on the good things. We need to dwell on all of that, because that is what gives us an attitude of gratitude. Yes, my drive to work may be long, but I can drive to work. For the folks who work in my factory, a lot of them don't even have to drive to work. Count your blessings. Have a good night.